On this episode, I talk about anxiety, giving, and work-life balance. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you guys are back for this But First Coffee episode 12. I believe it's episode 12. Yes, episode 12. And I just got a cup of coffee. This is very much needed for today. I'm feeling super tired. It's a Thursday midday, and I've had a busy week. So, cheers to some good Starbucks coffee. If you like coffee, just go ahead and hit a like. Just like it up. You like coffee? Just go ahead and like it up. This is the new toasted chocolate white mocha drink from Starbucks. So we'll have to give it a try and see how it is. Really good. Give it a 9 out of 10. Good drink. Go try it out at your local Starbucks. Toasted white chocolate mocha. All right, as I said before, I'm very happy to see you guys are back. I keep on rolling out these episodes every week. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from it. Hope you guys are enjoying it a lot. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe real quick, so you can stay up to date with the new videos. So let's get into these questions for this episode of But First Coffee. First question. The holiday season is near, and giving is a huge part of it. Do you think it's important for everyone to give? So I think obviously everybody loves the holidays. Most people love the holiday season. Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas, Hanukkah for some of you, Kwanzaa, and all those other seasons, especially Black Friday for you ladies who love to shop out there. And so I think giving is a huge aspect of the holidays, and I think it's really important for everyone to give. I feel like giving is so important for the human soul and the human spirit. I think as humans, we need to feel that we can, contribute to something that's bigger to ourselves, or give to someone else or help someone. And I think we all kind of crave that at different aspects. Either in our day, our week, or a month, or whatever it may be. When we give to someone and someone feels very grateful for what we've done for them or what we've given them or anything like that, it gives us a really good fulfillment within our selves that I think everybody needs and everybody craves at some point. I think during the holiday season, everybody should give, whether it be money to charity, donating food, a significant other, family member, friend, parent, and it doesn't even have to be materialistic. You can, giving, the best thing, in my personal opinion, the best way to give to someone is, go out and spend some time with someone. Go out and get lunch with someone. Go out and get a coffee. With someone that you haven't seen in a while or haven't talked to, you want to catch up with. Spending quality time with someone is a great way to start. And it usually doesn't cost any money. And I think it's a great place to start if you're worried about, financials or materialistic things and stuff like that. But I think giving is something that everybody should do. I know I'm going to be giving a lot. Usually during this time of the season, I like to usually pay for someone's coffees and stuff like that here. So that's kind of what I like to do. I don't know what you guys like to do. If you have a special thing that you'd like to do during the holiday seasons in terms of giving, comment down below. I'd love to hear it. All right, question number 2. I've been working a lot, but lately I've struggled on finding a balance between work and life. What are your suggestions? So I think a lot of people deal with this problem. They have work here or school or clubs or events, and they also want to balance out their own personal time with going out with friends or just chilling out watching TV or any kind of sorts of things. And I think it's all about having a balance, and basically you need to find that balance for you. Everybody has a different balance. There's people who work 12, 13, 14 hours a day and don't really get to spend time with family, and they're happy with that. There's some people who can only work 8 hours a day, and then they have to have that time to themselves, to go out and do different things, or go to the bar with their friends, or go take their girlfriend out to a dinner, or hang out with their children, or anything like that. I think it's basically comes down to how much do you want to work, and how much do you want your other time to be spent with other people or yourself. It's really it's a subjective thing. It's whatever you want. For me, I like to work. I work 10 hours a day on average, sometimes 12 hours, and that's a good amount of time. But the other time I find ways to take care of myself and the other people in my life and stuff like that. A great thing though, the weekends. Weekends are good. Not a lot of people work, weekends unless maybe you're in the restaurant business or, most people usually have a typical 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So the weekends are great opportunities to spend time with those families. I also think time management is a huge part of it too. We got to be able to manage your time wisely. You get going to bed at a good time, waking up at a decent hour, and you're getting things that you need to get done before and after work, so you can have that time to spend with anybody you want or by yourself. I think it's not really a tough thing. I think it's really just comes down to yourself. How much do you want to work? How much do you want to spend with other people? And also keeping in mind, the cost that comes with that, because if you're not working a lot, you're obviously not going to probably make as much money. But if you work too much, you're not going to be able to spend time with other people. So, you got to be able to weigh the cost. It's whatever you want to bear, whatever you want to do, do what makes you happy, test some things out and take it day by day, week by week, and you'll figure it out. All right, so the last question, I wanted to save this question to the end because it's definitely going to go in little depth about it. I think a lot of people struggle with it. I think most people struggle with it. I know I've had my fair share of it. So we're just going to get into it. Question number 3. I get anxiety a lot. What are some ways I can deal with it? So, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not some, guru on how to, fix anxiety or depression or anything like that. But I have a few key points that I think are going to be good for those of you who may struggle with anxiety. I know it's a very, very all too common thing for people. And there's just a lot of points to be hit. So I'm going to try to hit these points. I'm going to try to structure them well so they come out well and make sense. But if I get a little off topic or a little spacious, I apologize. So let me start off with this. What is anxiety exactly? I think nobody has a real concrete idea of exactly what anxiety is. I think it's a little different for everybody. Here's my, a few points of what anxiety and what I think anxiety is. So anxiety in my mind is a fear of the future, okay? When you have anxiety, you're not thinking about necessarily something that's happening in the past. You're thinking about or anticipating something that's about to happen or something that could happen or something that may happen because this happened and all that. It's an anticipation for the future, and it's a fear of what's about to come or what may come. And I think the times that we experience anxiety are times with uncertainty, where we're not sure what's going to happen. We're not certain about the events that are about to take place. And that's where it comes to that fear or that anticipation of what's to come. I think, to me, that's what anxiety is when you're uncertain about the future, you're having some kind of fearful, aspect of the future that's supposed to come, and you're not sure what to do with it or how to handle it, or, it's really affecting your emotions. And I think it definitely affects a lot of people, but to me, that's my kind of idea of what anxiety is. If you have anxiety, please throw a comment real quickly. Tell me how it feels for you. I'd love to get to talk to you a little bit and get to hear some words from you. So how do you deal with that? So I think the first thing you need to grasp, when it comes with the, anxiety, the whole anxiety thing is, why do you have anxiety? Anxiety is triggered by, usually mental things, could be emotional things, could be physical things, but usually there's always something that triggers the anxiety. There's always some kind of stimulus. And I think everybody has their own little tick, if you will. Usually, for some people it might be, a certain person, might be a certain location or place, might be doing an activity, whatever it might be. Everybody has something that kind of makes them click into having, an anxious moment or having a level of anxiety. So I think the first thing you need to start with is figure out what that is. And how you do that is you have to ask yourself better questions. When you ask better questions, you get better answers. And if you ask the question of yourself, why is this happening to me? Why do I get in these states? And really dig deep down and think of all the moments that you have anxiety and try to trace it back to a central element, I think that's going to be a good place to start. Figure out what the main source of it is. That's going to be where you're going to want to start. When you understand what triggers your anxiety, you start your journey on being able to become proactive with your whole anxiety. So when you're proactive, that means you're taking control, you're taking action, you know what's about to come, you know how to deal with it and all that stuff like that. When you aren't emotionally connected with what's going on inside of you, or you're not understanding why this happens, you are going to become more likely come to a state of reactive, where something comes and you react and you try to change immediately and stuff like that. When you become reactive, though, you lose focus. And when you lose focus, you lose focus of your emotions and the whole situation as a whole, and then the anxiety just builds. How many people, have little anxiety and it just builds and builds and builds and builds because they lose their emotions and they lose the whole, reality of what's going on, and they just get way overwhelmed about the situation. That's because, you're not fully attached to your emotions and what's going on, and you're becoming reactive instead of being proactive about the situation and really trying to fix it. So those are kind of like my ideas with anxiety. Like I said, I think the best way to approach it is ask yourself better questions. Figure out what is it what is it that really triggers my anxiety? And I think if you get that piece of it, that's most of it, because from there you can figure out, all right, what are some things then that I can do to counteract this? When this stimulus comes in, all right, I already recognize it, I already know it's there. What can I do to kind of put myself in a situation to overcome this, or be able to wrap my head around this and be able to control my emotions within the moment so I can get past it? Like I said, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not, a guru by any means, but those are my little ideas on anxiety. Like I said, I hope that helps most of you. I think it's some good information, some good little bullet points to consider. But I think when you understand, what triggers it and be able to become proactive about the situation, you're going to be able to control what's going on a lot easier, and your anxiety levels should come down a little bit. And soon, within that habitual process of, finding what it triggers it and then getting through it, you're going to get better at it over time. So that concludes this episode of But First Coffee. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got something from it, please hit like at the bottom. And if you are enjoying these videos that I'm putting out every week, please hit subscribe. That gets you, notifications and gets you up to date with all the videos that I'm putting out every week. If you have any other ideas of what I've talked about today, please leave a comment. Like I said, I want to be able to get in contact with you guys and get your viewpoints on things, and maybe get some kind of, interaction between you guys within the comment sections or anything like that. I'll catch you guys next, but first...